Hello people, hello, what's up? Welcome back again to my channel. My name is Melissa, and if you're new on this channel, please like this video, subscribe, click the notification bell so that whenever I post, you'll be the first to find out. So finally we have a niche. For the past 4 years we've been all over the place, but clearly my channel content is now streamlined. You already know, okay? So on this channel now we do everything lifestyle and of course everything japada. So on this channel I'm just going to be sharing all of my experiences living in Nigeria. Okay, you guys already know I've been away from Nigeria for roughly 6 years, so I just came back to experience Nigeria again, and I'm not about to go all over the reason I japada. I mean, I've said it countless times on this channel and on my other platforms as well. So today, let's just talk about my experience, my wholesome experience living in Nigeria. At the time of filming this video, it's exactly 6 months I moved from the UK to Nigeria. And I can tell you, it's been a whole lot. The transitioning process has been a lot. It's been a lot. It's like my brain is being rewired. There are a lot of things about Nigeria that I did not notice when I was living in Nigeria 6 years ago. I mean, I was born in Nigeria, I schooled in Nigeria, I was raised in Nigeria, I did all of my education from primary to secondary to tertiary. Nigeria created me, literally. So I've been in Nigeria all my life until 2019 when I moved to the UK. So everything I'm going to be saying in today's video were like the norm, were like the things I was born into, were like the things I grew into, were like the things I just felt was normal. It took me to move to the UK and come back to realize that some of these things are not normal. Like, why are you people like this? Why is this happening? Why is that happening? I just find myself questioning a lot of things. I promise you, I'm not gonna mince words when I say it was extremely difficult for me the first 2 months. I mean, I was enjoying Nigeria, I was enjoying the weather, enjoying everything about Nigeria, but then again, some things were just wrong. And it was so provocating to see people doing these things as though it's the norm, if you get what I mean. Like, for example, I told you guys about the cactus that was just talking to us anyhow. People perceived it as the norm. You know, it's our cactus. I think they call him Catty. It's the norm. But to me, it was not normal. It was not the norm. It was not okay. You cannot talk to me like that. You cannot be rude to me. You cannot talk to people the way you like. When you live outside of Nigeria for a long time and you come back, a lot of things will not just be normal to you anymore. The driving, for example, it will never be okay. A lot of middle-aged men and women that are looking to Japan, I mean, they've raised their kids abroad, they are successful, they've had significant investment, and they just want to come back home to relax. Trust me, it's not going to be the easiest of things, but it's doable. Can we just talk about the hyperinflation in Nigeria? I mean, why are people not talking about this? Or they are probably tired of complaining and nothing is being done. Nigeria is very expensive. See, my husband and I, we've had to do a review of allowance. I was comfortable in the UK, so there was no way I would live that life, the familiar, and come down to Nigeria to start living mediocre life or living below average. Even if I try to, it's gonna be difficult, as well as my kids. Like, we have no reason bringing our kids from the UK to Nigeria to come and start suffering. In Nigeria now, 1 million is nothing. You can go to the market now and buy something of like 500,000 and you're looking for it. Nigeria, you cannot be rigid with money. You just have to be flexible, and you need to understand that it is very difficult to make financial plans. You can plan to or structure yourself in a way to spend X amount this month. Mid-month, the money is gone, because today's price is not tomorrow's price. Like, the cost of food items, the cost of items generally, the cost of things is always changing. Another thing I noticed in Nigeria is that things get spoiled easily. I don't know. Things tend to break down easily. Like, for example, when I was in the UK, there was nothing like me going to the mechanic to fix my car. All I need to do is walk towards my MOT. So when my MOT is approaching, I make sure my car is in order, so at least my car can pass the MOT test. But here in Nigeria, we're always changing shock. I'm like, what the hell is shock? What the hell is that? Front shock, back shock, changing oil. I think these are the things will change. And there's one other thing will change. In fact, every 2 months, I'm spending money on my car because number one, the roads are bad. And at the same time, we travel miles. I told you guys, we travel a minimum of 2 hours daily for school run. The car engine is always running. So I guess that's probably the reason. I'm not quite sure. Maybe if you live in Nigeria, you can tell me how often do you visit a mechanic? How often do you fix your car? Just let me know. Down to socket or switch, oh my God, is always spoiling. I kind of feel like things in Nigeria are very, very inferior. I'm always needing a carpenter or a mechanic, something shy. Like I just said, I'm always fixing one thing or another. And these are the things that are not budgeted for. Like in a nutshell, if you're planning on coming back to Nigeria, you cannot be rigid with money. If not, you will just end up frustrating yourself. Hyperinflation is real. Things are very expensive, especially having been used to a certain lifestyle in the UK. You want to maintain that when you come to Nigeria, so just know you're going to spend a lot of money. For a family of 5, 1 million is barely enough. I'm not joking. I don't want to call figures here, but trust me, 1 million, 1.5 million, 2 million is barely enough. Believe me, take it from me, it's barely enough. Can we just talk about the cultural shift in Nigeria? Hey God, the Nigeria I used to know is not the Nigeria I am living in now. I don't know whether to blame it on social media. Everyone wants to appear successful. Everyone wants to appear soft. Everyone wants to appear like they are well schooled. They are well traveled. Everyone wants to live like a Westerner. I'm not sure if it's about where I live. I don't know because I barely go out. Of a truth, I barely go out. Where I live, everybody stay on their own. You cannot just randomly go to your neighbor's house. It's just hello, hi. They drive their car. You know, it's just like you can live in Nigeria and you will not know your neighbor. Oh God. The other day, my neighbor saw me in church and came to say hello. And I promise you, I didn't even know him. We're like, oh, he sees me from time to time. I'm like, I don't even know you. I'm like, I think at this point, we need to be having meeting, even if it's monthly meetings, so we can know ourselves. You know how you go to your neighbor's house, and we call it Ipo or Lily, like, you know, you're hungry, and then you just go to your neighbor's house, you know, for them to give you food. Nada. Or you know, or those days, because I grew up in a village at some point. I spent like roughly 2 years living with my grandma. And I know at the time when workers come to your house to work for you, it's like a silent rule for you to offer them meal or drink, water, you know, just make sure they are well fed because they are working for you. Now, sorry, if you're planning on going to work, make sure you have plans on what to eat, because the person you're working for you will not even send you as long as you're getting paid. The cultural shift is loud. It's indeed loud. It's like experiencing culture shock in your own country, the country you grew up in. Trust me, it's funny. In all these things happening, the hyperinflation, I expected more anger. But funny enough, everyone is living like it's normal. You can go to the market now and buy, though thankfully this Christmas, cost of food, cost of fuel came down. When I came, I was buying like one basket of tomato for like 4,500 or 5,000. But last week I got it for 2,000 naira. Same as basket of pepper, onions, potatoes. Things have really come down. But when I came 3-4 months ago, things were at its highest and people were so comfortable with it. You go to the market today to buy something, it's 2,000. You go the next day, it's 3,500. People are like, this economy is safe. Boom, they are bringing out their card and they are swiping. You know the way we quiz me, hyperinflation. Nigeria is expensive. This, that. Weddings are happening, and not just normal weddings, extravagant society weddings are happening. Lavish birthdays are happening. Housewarming parties. Restaurants are full. We just celebrated Valentine last week, and most of the spas, the restaurants, and supermarkets were flooded. Hey God, I was like, where are you people seeing this money? People are building, people are still living. That's the funny thing. I don't like delving into political issues, but in all sincerity, the government will continue to do what they want to do to us because we are not angry enough. We are not bitter enough. Nigerians, we love to adjust. We adjust so easily. Okay, this is happening, right? All right, no problem. We just complain and what can we do? So it's so shocking to find people not being angry about our current reality. Oh, I presume they are just used to it. I mean, what can you do? You complain today, you complain tomorrow, will you complain forever? At some point, you just get used to it. If you can afford 1 square meal a day or 2 square meals a day, whatever it is you can afford, you just manage yourself. Basically, the economy is very tough, but Nigerians still find a way to live and thrive. Somebody shout power. But can we talk about the tipping culture in Nigeria? Canadians, Americans, South Africans, and other parts of the world might be very familiar with tipping. But in the UK, tipping culture is not something we are familiar with. Oh, you come to work for me, I pay you the right amount we agreed on. I don't believe in adding extra or extra £2 here, £10, £30. No, not at all. I mean, no, there's no, the flow of cash in the UK, it's not like that. But here in Nigeria, nothing is free. I remember at the time before we left, I was looking for someone to come mow our grass. So I decided to just walk around the estate. Then I found a man mowing his grass. I walked up to him to ask him if he's a garden mower. And he was like, no, you're just doing it for fun. I'm like, wow, okay, please, can you do mine? He was like, no problem. He came, had mine done, and all he got was thank you. I did not have this idea to give him money or to tip him. But in Nigeria, that cannot happen. When you get someone to help you do something, it's as though you just owe them. Okay, the other day we lodged in a hotel because we fumigated my house. Someone came to me and was like, your car is dirty, let's wash it for you. At the back of my mind, immediately I told him, is it for free? He started smiling, not free now. I just knew at the back of my mind, like, no, I know it's not free. I need to reward you. And at this point, I didn't have money to dash around. So I just said, no, don't worry, I'll sort it out. Because I knew that there is no way he would wash my car and I will not give him something. It's not possible. If you decide not to, they will ask you for it, even though there was no agreement for you to reward him. But the fact that he has done that thing, he has done you a favor. I feel like there's nothing like favor at this point. Okay, the other day I lost my way and the guy was showing me around, and then he was like, it looks like this is going to be very difficult for you to locate. Okay, let me just hop into your car because I'm actually going towards that area. Even though it was quite risky, but I don't know, I was just bold enough, I guess, to take him in. And then he drove me there, boom. This man started telling me about his entire life story. How he's been working at a particular site and they've been owing him for months. His daughter has not been able to eat for a while. His daughter has not been going to school. How his wife abandoned him. Like, it was literally just trauma dumping. And I'm like, whoa, me I have my problem. If I open my mouth and tell you my own problem. It took me a lot of convincing myself that I do not have to offer money. I do not have to tip if I don't want to, for me to leave that spot, because I felt so ashamed. I didn't even have cash, but he was telling me, hey, I can transfer. I feel like when you live in Nigeria, you just have to love yourself so much because, hey God, people will whine you. So it took me a lot of convincing myself that I don't have to do what I don't want to please anybody. Thank you is enough. Like, I promise you, I had to keep telling, because that period I was even very broke. I had to keep telling myself, and then I just smiled at him. Okay, don't worry, next time. They were like, okay, maybe I should give you my number now, just in case. I'm like, okay, I collected this number. When I go home, I deleted it because I don't know why people feel like once they help you, you automatically hold them something. Like in Nigeria, if you're not ready to tip, you will look somehow to people. Even down to when people attend to you, like offer very excellent customer service to you, somehow they just expect you to drop them something. And before you say, Jack, you're spending a lot of money. So me, I tip, but that's when I am led to. I don't tip because you want it or because you feel entitled to it. I tip because I genuinely want to. I am moved in my spirit to. Initially when I came, oh my goodness, I realized 1,000. And this is 500 naira is nothing. Oh God, I don't want to tell you. I wanted to tell you guys something my husband did, but I don't want to open his nyaj here. But say, if you tip somebody 500, the way they will look at you. If you really want to tip like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 above, 500 is nothing, So these days, except I am led to. Like, I might just see a little girl helping or supporting the mom in the market. And sometimes I'm just naturally moved to just give the child something. Things like that. Not because you helped me and you feel like thank you is not enough. I don't do that anymore. Trust me, when you come back to Nigeria, the first few months of coming back to Nigeria, you're gonna feel somehow for not tipping people. But trust me, you will learn the hard way, because by the time you check your account at the end of the month, nobody will tell you to only tip when it's necessary. And in Nigeria, I know we all know this, but let me just spell it out again. In Nigeria, comfort is luxury. For you to live a comfortable life, for you to live the kind of life you're used to abroad, you have to pay for it. When I'm paying salaries at the end of the month, I'm like, do I really need this thing? Hey God, you will pay lesson teachers, driver, nanny, cleaner. Me, self, I don't even have a chef. But if you want a chef, you pay for it. If you want constant electricity, you will pay for it. Like 247 light, you pay for it. If you want strong reliable Wi-Fi, you pay for it. You pay for every single thing. Like comfort should be something that is accessible to everyone. Like good electricity, good roads, these things should be normal. It should be the norm, but sadly it's not the norm. So for you to reach those things, for you to have those things, you now have to pay extra. In Nigeria, cutting costs is a skill. You have to determine, you have to sit yourself down and tell yourself, I don't need this, I don't need to do this. Lifestyle discipline matters, because if you're not careful, hey, I remember when I recently came to Nigeria, my food suddenly became rubbish to me. I didn't want to eat my food again. Hey God, I was so excited about the fact that there are restaurants around me. Breakfast, first you said your breakfast, you're eating out. Lunch, you're eating out. Dinner, you're eating out. And then you now balance your day with suya of 30,000 naira. Because suya of 10,000 naira is nothing now. If I want to buy suya, it's from 20k, 30k suya. Enjoy yourself. Down it with Hollandia yogurt. You know those juice that are not available in the UK, like Chivita, Chi Exotic. Oh, I was so obsessed with Hollandia yogurt. You're now down. Before you say Jack, your money is finishing. So you must choose where to splurge, where to manage, what to buy, what not to buy. Except, of course, you're the rich, like 1% of the 1%, you know, that eating national cake. I don't know if there's anything like upper middle class now in Nigeria. Is it that you're poor, like poor, or you're just somewhere managing yourself, or you're extremely rich? The classism in Nigeria now, hey God. You pay for convenience, you pay to avoid stress, you pay for comfort, you pay for things that should be basic amenities, you pay for domestic help, you pay for good schools, emphasis on good schools. You have to look for a very solid school. And obviously, I think it's state dependent. But trust me, schools are expensive. Private schools are not cheap. So if you're thinking of japada, put all these things in place. Think about all these things. Balance all these things. Think deeply. Make your plans. That's why you get to see people say, oh, I came to Nigeria. I could not even cope. After 2 weeks, I ran back. After 3 months, I ran back. Yeah, it happens. That's because you have no plans in place. Sometimes you even make plans and your plans fail you. Because Nigeria system, it's not the kind of system you can easily just make plans and budget. You know, like in the UK, the way you have a streamlined budget, you know you're not gonna go above this particular amount in a month. It can't work here. Sadly, it just can't work here. Because things are always changing. I don't even know why people are not talking about this enough, but for the first time, the cost of food actually reduced. And it shocked me. Because I'm used to going to the market to buy something 3,000, the next day is 4,000, next 2 days is 5,000. But for the first time, I went to the market and what I used to buy 3,000 suddenly became 2,000 naira. And people are not really talking about it. Anyway, living in Nigeria is beautiful and at the same time chaotic. In Nigeria, you feel alive. I mean, I've not felt this alive in a very long time. I feel well rested. I don't feel stressed. I don't feel anxious. I don't feel depressed. If I'm tired, if I feel like I'm overwhelmed, I go to the balcony to receive fresh air and direct sunlight and I'm okay. You may just want to consider all these things, think about them, make solid plans before you think of coming back to Nigeria.